What's going on, guys? So I got a pretty good question the other day regarding Walker Buehler and this kind of position that we're going to see here in this particular video with this dry foot. You'll notice, if you can kind of picture the angle of which the video is taking and then the angle of which the rubber is actually facing towards home plate. So you'll see that his foot is not necessarily in line with the rubber, right? You'll see his heel is kind of preset more towards home, right? So you have this preset kind of corkscrew-ish, if you will, positioning with his drive leg. Okay, and in the video over here, you can't really see it all too well. I don't even think you can see it really at all. Yeah, you can't see it. But so I just wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about this, answering the question of should other people do it if it's good or if it's not. So basically my theory, because I've been a guy that's kind of played around with a ton of different things in my delivery as well, is that this position here is just going to allow you to kind of preset counter rotation of like the hips, right? So we know that as a pitcher, one of the biggest kind of factors within pitching or throwing velocity is the amount of separation and rotational energy or torque you can get approaching, front foot strike, and then that at once kind of going boom out through the fingertips at ball release. So I think what we see here is this preset. You'll notice as he gets into his drive phase, instead of having this foot parallel to the mound or to the rubber, which is going to dictate like direction going extremely linear, right, forward, he now presets, so you'll see that the direction is kind of cut off just a little bit. The biggest thing I want to point out is that Walker Buehler is probably, a superior athlete, and he's able to make specific adjustments with just complete body awareness on the fly. So you'll notice that he kind of remains with this closed off type drive phase, and his posture is extremely, counter rotated. You'll notice his hips are in line with his shoulders. This is a great view from bullpen clips or bullpen videos on YouTube, so be sure to check them out. Had to throw him a shout out. But you'll see hips in line with the shoulders, so now the direction, instead of going, if the rubber is angled this way, instead of going that way, you have an angle now. So like I said, I think it comes down to the extreme athleticism of him being able to be consistent and repeat this, because you'll see as he kind of lands at front foot strike, he creates a ton of just optimal separation, because a lot of guys that will try to accomplish this move will notice that they don't clear their hips. The hips don't really have an opportunity to come through, especially right before front foot strike, like we'll see in this clip here. So let's go front foot strike. So in this position here, a lot of individuals that lack, the athleticism that Buehler has will come down to front foot strike, and then their hips will, what I would call like late hip rotation. That's when you're not going to get an optimal amount of separation. You're not going to be able to clear your hips. You're going to cut yourself off. Your arm's going to have to do more work than it needs to, and you're just basically not going to be working in unison with your body. But like I said, Walker Buehler is an extremely good athlete, and he's able to make those adjustments of even coming down a front foot strike, landing, having the essentially like later hip rotation, and then making that on the fly adjustment with allowing those hips to rotate over that lead leg. So I always encourage guys, man, like play around with stuff in their delivery. Like who knows, this could be one of those bigger things that helps them. I've played with guys that do like a preset big time quarter turn with that foot, and they basically enter their drive phase with like the whole back showing. You're just there's a lot of things that could potentially go wrong. Just to kind of highlight one area that I see with younger guys who do something like this is, they kind of get to that point where their body screams, hey, we got to rotate because we're coming down a front foot strike. And then what happens is you see this super over aggressive, over freaking rotation of the glove side to fly, to clear, and to make way to get back up on line. But like I said, Buehler's extremely athletic, and he's been doing it for some time now, so obviously benefits him. But that's what I got on that little preset quarter turn there with the foot. I think I even do this today. You see a lot of guys that will do it, reaching peak leg lift, their foot will naturally kind of turn. But like I said, it could be a thing that's a red flag for a lot of guys, and it could be something that helps a lot of guys. So again, we just want to maximize direction, separation, rotation, all of those things. Cool. Hopefully that can help someone. See you guys.